that time again, everyone. It's Diversity's One-Stop Woman. I am your hostess, Stacey A. Hill. Are you ready to be inspired, empowered, and uplifted? Then you don't want to miss this episode. Sit back, relax, and listen up. Hello, everyone. We are back, and I have with me today Stephan Labossiere. Did I say that okay, Stephan?
Pretty good.
Okay, will you say it? Because, guys, when he says it, it just sounds like, oh, wow. So can you say it, please?
It's Stephan Labossiere.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a certified life and relationship coach. I've been coaching for about 8 years now. I'm also a professional speaker and best-selling author of the book, God, Where Is My Boaz?, as well as my other books, He Who Finds a Wife, and How to Get a Woman to Have Sex with You If You're Her Husband. And I'm just all about helping people live a better life, helping people address their issues. There's so many people hurting and struggling and lacking healing in their life. And, you know, I'm a very spiritual person, and getting closer to God, I realize this is my purpose, and that's what it's all about, helping people grow and get to where they belong.
So I started following you on social media, and then I started reading your stuff, and I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, okay, I'm not comparing myself, but I'm like, I've been telling y'all this all this time. I guess if I was a good-looking man, y'all would listen to me. I was just so impressed with everything you had to say, because a lot of these messages are honestly messages that I try to convey to my audience on a weekly basis, just empowering them. I just recently read a blog that you had up on the 19th, and it was talking about the 3 don'ts for the first date.
Oh,
and
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, my God, I so love this. But let me tell you, the category I fell into is I am big on asking questions. Tell us why that's like not a don't, but the way you were explaining it in the blog is like, don't take all your time just asking questions.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to make the person feel like you're interrogating them, you know, and just make it all about, you know, them having to explain themselves or you know, prove themselves to you. Like, it's supposed to be a natural conversation that's flowing, you know. Give some information about yourself. Give them an opportunity to ask you questions. You know, make sure this is a mutually beneficial discussion here, not just
right. Not an interrogation.
Exactly. Now, some people might say, "Hey, ask me whatever you want to ask me. Go ahead, ask me more questions." If they give you that green light, then that's different. You know, that means maybe they want to make sure you have all the information you can about them, but. Yeah, you want to make sure that you try to balance things out. Like, even if you're asking questions, you can throw it back. Hey, would you like to know anything about me? Or, you know, is there anything you're curious about?
Right. So as I was reading it, I kind of, in my mind, the first thing I thought of was, can you give us some good lead-in questions? Just a couple, if we want to get a better idea of, like, who that person is without interrogating them. Like, is there a couple of questions that you would say would kind of give us more insight into who that person is?
I would say, one, what do you enjoy doing? Like, what's one of your hobbies? It's something that you love to do. And I think what's important is that, you know, what makes it feel like it's an interrogation is if I say, what do you enjoy doing? And you say, oh, I love painting. And then I go straight to, okay, so, and do you want kids? You see how, like, I'm not even exploring that answer. I'm not diving any deeper. I'm just going question. That's not going to work. That's going to make somebody feel like, well, you know, it's going to feel more like an interview. Let me understand you. Let me understand how you think. What is your core personality? And to get to that, you have to go deeper into those questions or to those answers that you're given by the person.
I love it. Switching lanes just a little bit, what is your take on once we get through this first date, we say, hey, I love this person, you know, or not love, but I really like them. I can see myself going out with them a few more times. What is your take on being physical too soon?
I think if you really want a serious relationship, then you need to leave the physical part off the table for as long as possible. Because, one, it's very easy to get caught up and end up getting attached to someone who does not belong in your life because you got physical too soon. it is very easy to have your judgment clouded because you got physical too soon. Also, ask yourself, why am I getting physical too soon? Because you have, and this is more pointed to the women, you have women that when you really talk to them behind closed doors, what you will find out is that many are having sex simply because they think they're supposed to. They think, he won't stick around if they don't. They think it is the way to lure him in, all right? And then when they have the sex and this man no longer calls them or the whole situation falls to the wayside, now they feel used and abused. Well, that was the wrong reason for you to be having sex in the first place. Mm-hmm. If you're doing it for the purpose of keeping him around, wrong.
I am with you 100%. Stephan, I preach that message over and over. And I hate to say preach, but I'm always telling girlfriends that, and we've discussed this on the show before, I have, crazy as it may sound, a no kissing, no touching rule. I am so big on that. And, we've talked about celibacy and things like that because for me, I don't even really need you in my personal space unless I know for sure you're even a possible. The first few dates, you're not a possible at this point. So why am I hugging on you, kissing on you? And then my emotions, like you say, my judgment gets clouded because as females, we literally, we hold on to memories. So even when things get bad and you start saying certain things, it's literally like I start reflecting back on how you made me feel when you touched me or how you made me feel when you kissed me. So I kind of forget that because my mind is still lingering in that physical state. So I love it, love it, love it. I'm like, if you could preach that through the whole interview, that would be awesome. Because I tell people that all the time, and they think I'm crazy. I'm like, no, I'm not crazy. That's why you keep ending up in a million different relationships. But, okay, guys, we're going to
And you know what, let me say this. And I think this might not be a popular comment I'm about to make, but I'm just going to keep it 100% real right now.
Let's be 100.
A lot of women are afraid to take that route because they feel like they will not be successful with it and that most men are not going to be receptive to it. The reality is that if you were being the best woman that you can truly be, a lot of women are not doing that, then you would be able to have certain standards and men will still be receptive. What I mean by that is this. If, for example, Halle Berry, back in the days, because now some people view Halle as crazy. But let's just say Halle Berry before, when she was one of the most desirable women on the planet. You think if Halle Berry went on a date and said no kissing, no touching, no sex, there weren't going to be men still lined up trying to go on a date with this woman? They would have. Why? Because their perception of Halle was, this is worth it. I'll sacrifice those things when I see enough value. Now, understanding, though every woman you have great value and you're a wonderful woman, he can only see what you present. If you're presenting an attitude, you're devaluing yourself. If you're not carrying yourself a certain kind of, you're devaluing yourself. If you're not trying to look your best, you're devaluing. You're not giving him a reason to say, it's worth it for me to wait and put this on the back burner. Because it's the same way a guy will take one woman to Burger King, and the next woman he'll take her to a 5-star restaurant. It's the same guy. And so while you're thinking he only takes women to Burger King, no, he only takes you to Burger King. You see? So understand that, are you presenting the best you? Are you really putting the best you out there? Because if you are, then you will be surprised how many more people are receptive. Granted, there are going to be men who, no matter how awesome you are, they're not having it. All right?
Right.
And that's fine. You don't need those men. Granted, again, that doesn't mean every man is going to now all of a sudden be like, yeah, okay, I'll wait. No. However, sometimes we overlook certain things on our end as an individual that is hindering us more than that specific issue we think is, whether it be celibacy, whether it be like there's men out there who think, oh, because they're not rich, that's why they can't get a woman. No, it's not because you're not rich. It's you, your personality, because there's plenty of broke guys with women. It's possible, you know? But you want to put it on that instead of looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, no, there might be something else that's making these women not desire you. Maybe it's not because you're not rich, but you lack ambition. You see, but if you would keep your time focused on preparing and positioning yourself, those are the two key principles, prepare and position yourself, then trust you're going to attract opportunities. You're going to attract people to you. You're going to attract a relationship when you are prepared and positioned.
I need you to give everyone your contact information because you are prepared and positioned. So I need you to put your information out there so people can get in touch with you.
All right. Well, everybody can find me on my website, StephanSpeaks.com. That's STEPHAN Speaks.com. On Twitter at Stephan Speaks, Instagram at Stephan Speaks, or on Facebook, Stephan Speaks Relationships.
Say your last name for us one more time. I know you think I'm
Labossiere.
crazy. Look at that, y'all. I love it. I love it. It's like you were destined to be in this line of work because that last name emulates love. It's like, oh my gosh, yes. Okay. So I love it. Thank you so much, Stephan. I really, again, I appreciate your time, and we hope to hear more from you.
Thank you for tuning in to Diversity's One Stop Woman. I am your hostess, Stacey A. Hill. Check us out at DYEVERCITY.com. On social media, hit us up at Diversity. Give us a call at 706-922-8759. Choose Diversity because there's only one you. And remember, you do hold the power. What will you do with it? Love you guys. Bye.